And good morning. You're all very welcome. We're in County Limerick for the Student Enterprise Programme Awards 2022. We are live on Facebook, we are live on YouTube, and you are very, very welcome to what is a celebration of entrepreneurship in County Limerick. And you have done an amazing job. Since last September, you've been putting in your submissions, you've been learning the entrepreneurial tips and tricks, and we have the celebration and the results of all your efforts this morning. So you're all very, very welcome. If you have your mobile phones with you, you're very welcome to use some of the hashtags that are available this morning. And the number one is Student Enterprise. So if you want to give a shout out to your school, to your teams, you're very welcome to do that. And any comments that we have, we'll be able to throw them up onto the screen. We have a very special guest later on, and you get a chance, if you want to ask some questions, you'll be able to do that too. So we'll kick things off, and delighted to invite to the stage the Mayor of the City and County of Limerick, Councillor Daniel Butler. Good morning, Daniel. How are you? Are you well?
Good morning, Noel.
Good to see you. It's an exciting time. We have all the students. I can see them here all tuning in with their teachers and all dying to hear the results today. So over to you to open up the award ceremony this morning.
Bhfuil túfa Munturi, agus adalti Scuilna Limni Gwine Ushla, elected representatives, ladies and gentlemen, teachers from across Limerick, and most importantly, all of you, the pupils from the schools in the city and county of Limerick. Thank you very much for your invitation to speak to you today. I suppose what is a fantastic day showcasing the innovation and creativity that is here in our fine city and county. The Student Enterprise Programme has been in operation now since 2003. And this year is the 20th anniversary of the programme. So an incredible 20 years to reflect on, and you're part of this 20th anniversary year. So well done to all of you. It's always a challenging programme to participate in, but it's mostly rewarding, and I hope you found that. This year's participants, though, really have put to the test. And I want to congratulate each and every team that has reached this year's final. Of course, there will be some that pick up awards today, and they are to be applauded. But every student that participated in this programme will have developed important skills that will stand to them for the rest of their lives. All economies must evolve, and it is in everybody's interest to have a steady stream of new business emerging and entrepreneurial skills that this programme instills in the next generation, which is you. Will be vital for the future of Limerick and the wider Midwest region. So you are the future. So we're placing a lot of trust and ambition in you. I want to commend the work of the local enterprise office for the rollout of this programme every year. This year we had students from 25 schools across the city and county participating in the programme. And as a result, almost 1,000 students got a truly unique insight into what it's like to start your own business. And this learning will be invaluable to them when they finish their education. They also got previous participants in the programme never received. That is, they honed their innovative and adaptive skills even more than anyone previously because of the state of the economy and society at present. So while it's a challenging time, each challenge brings exciting opportunities. We all have to deal with the ebbs and the flows of life. So it's the people and the businesses that can surf these changes that will either succeed even further. So good acting. Of course, this could not have happened without the guidance of their teachers, and I would like to recognise that. This year has been a very challenging year for teachers too, as they sought to cope with school closures and remote learning and the challenges that brought. But it is clear that they adapted, and the results definitely, I think, speak for themselves. I want to congratulate all the winners that will be announced shortly and wish them well in the national finals. Last year, the Limerick team in the senior category received a special merit prize in a very competitive competition, and the intermediate team were featured on the Late Show that night. So you never know where participation in this wonderful programme will lead you. Whatever the outcome at national level, it is always an honour to represent your county, and I'm sure you will represent Limerick with absolute pride. And make sure you use the experience and the expertise of the Leo Limerick office to get you forward in your venture. And thank you very much for inviting me to be here, and best of luck in your businesses. And I hope you enjoyed the morning. I hope you enjoyed your journey here and realize that this is only a journey. So there are successes, there are failures in life, but all we can do is always move forward with our ideas and back ourselves. And I hope that you continue to back yourselves with your great ideas. And I'm really excited to see the results. So, Gurv Mila Mahagwif, thank you very much, Noel.
Thank you very much, Mayor. And, no pressure now to the rest of the entries today, because, as you said, Limerick City and County has a little bit of history in the programme and have always done really well. So we're hoping now that some of our winners today go on to represent the county really well in the national final. And thank you very much for Slán. I'm going to bring in, and as the Mayor mentioned there, the Local Enterprise Office. And I have great pleasure to welcome the Senior Enterprise Development Officer for Limerick Local Enterprise Office, the LEO, Mary Colleen Fitzgerald. Mary, good morning to you. How are you?
Good morning, Noel. I'm terrific altogether on this fabulous day from Limerick. Sun shining as always, and what a great day it is. I suppose really, what I just want to say is that on behalf of the Local Enterprise Office, I have great pleasure in welcoming everybody here today to the Limerick County Final of the Student Enterprise Programme. As the Mayor has already referred to, it is the 20th anniversary of the programme, and I think this shows that it really has stood the test of time. The programme has proven to be adaptable, practical and relevant to the 21st century teachings and learnings for the business studies syllabus. And the Local Enterprise Office is very proud to be involved in this. The finalists then today have put in 7 months of hard work with their teachers and student coordinator, Gary Lowe. And I would, like to acknowledge this and to thank you sincerely for your fantastic work. Having spoken to the judges, they have told me that this year was particularly difficult. They found it almost impossible to pick winners in each category, as the standard of the projects were so high. But can I say to you that really it's not all about winning. The experience and the knowledge that you have gained during the past number of months will stand to you when it comes to you setting up your own business in the future. And I am proud to say that the future of Limerick is in great hands based on the quality of the business projects submitted by you. Finally, can I say to you that, look, the doors of the Local Enterprise Office are always open to you, and we would welcome you with open arms when you do, in fact, decide to set up your own businesses. So, look, I know that you're all anxiously awaiting your fate, and you want to hear the results. So, without further ado, I'm going to hand you back to Noel Davison from the Entrepreneurs Academy, and to announce the results very shortly. So, thank you all very much, and the best of luck. Thumbs up from the Limerick Local Enterprise Office.
Thank you very much, Mary. And one of the things that you actually mentioned there is some of the supports that the Local Enterprise Office provide. And right through the pandemic, mentoring was a huge part of some of those supports. So I know that you want to specifically thank the mentors to the students, where the teachers, their mums, their dads, their uncles, the bank of mum and dad and the taxi of brother and uncle and sister were all involved over the last 7 months. And it has really been a team effort, not just by the teams in the school, but the families, the teachers and everybody that's there. Isn't that right?
Yeah, it has. Noel, you're so right in saying all of that. I suppose we're blessed really here in Limerick as well with the quality of the teaching profession that we have, but also with the quality of the student coordinator, that's Gary Lowe, who is there constantly, mentoring and providing support to all of the students who want to participate in this program. And, it's the first introduction that all of the students have to starting a business. And it's really a mini business that they're all setting up. So what they're going through now in terms of, developing a business plan, and in terms of marketing, in terms of engaging with their customers, these are all the skills that they will need later on as well. And even to continue with that, the Local Enterprise Office would be very happy to mentor any student who decides to go ahead with their business in the future as well. So, always keep the Local Enterprise Office in your mind when you're starting to set up a business, and we'd be thrilled and delighted to assist you with that.
And I think, Mary, the Mayor, Daniel Butler, mentioned that this is the 20th year and it is a programme. And I love that word programme because, Mary, down through the years, we have seen many students who competed and did not win, but they came back to develop enterprises and businesses in Limerick City and County and absolutely thrive. And I think it's important to acknowledge that we're not going to see everyone win today, but later life, the skills that they're learning through the program will stand to them.
Yeah, that is so important to emphasize today, that really, when you consider over the years, in the 20 years that the Student Enterprise Programme has been in operation, there are always only a small number of winners at a national final. But the volume and the quality and quantity of those participants who go on to set up their own business, is huge. I mean, I can give you an example, of one of our own from Limerick, a young lad. He's 17 now. Evan Quaid is his name, and he set up a business called Quaid Candles when he was 13 years old. And to this very day, Evan has seen that business grow from strength to strength. He didn't win at national level, and yet he went on and survived, and not only survived, but got into some major retail outlets and indeed to Shannon Airport. So, never look at this as if you don't win, that, it's not going to succeed. Yes, of course it will succeed with the right mentoring, with the right amount of training, with the right guidance. You will certainly be successful, and having the right ideas and the coaching along the way is a huge help. So don't worry about not winning. It's the experience and it is the life skills that you pick up along the way that are so important.
Absolutely. Well, let's give a quick shout out to all the schools that are participating and have participated in this year's programme. So let's have a quick look at them now. A huge entry this year. And Mary, you mentioned the judges, and I'm going to bring in Chris Kelly, and I'll ask you to stay with us, Mary, for a second, because I know you wanted to thank the judges who had a really tough job this year. That's a cue to say thank you, Chris, for all you've done. Yeah, Mary. Chris, good morning.
Sir, yeah, absolutely. The judges really, without them, without their experience and the time that they give up of their own time, to adjudicate upon these projects is huge. And we really do want to say a very, very big thank you to Chris Kelly from Trackworks, to Cecilia Larkin from Limerick City and County Council, and also then to Owen Sheehan, Country Munch, who give freely of their time. So guys, thank you all very, very much. It's very much appreciated. Thank you.
Oh, that's great, Mary. Thank you very much indeed. And I'm going to put you back in the green room. We might bring you back later on as we announce some of the awards. So thank you, Mary. Chris, you're very welcome. And I love the 10 out of 10 out of 10, but the scoring was not easy this year. The quality. I mean, we're stunned every single year when we see the entries come in. But this year really stood out because of the last 2 years and the hardship and adversity. The quality was superb this year, Chris, wasn't it?
100%. And this is my 5th year in the competition and judging the competition. And it's something that every year I look forward to a lot, to seeing what young people are coming up with. I think young people sometimes don't get the credit that they deserve for their creativity and for how ingenuitive they can be with their product ideas, and how much they get done in such a short period of time while also balancing their whole schoolwork is incredible. So it's always a very inspiring to come and look at these projects. And as you said, the standard this year was, considering everything that you guys have been through as students over the last few years, it's incredible. So a huge well done to all of you on that.
And also, there was certain areas that needed to be recognised, and we have quite a few prizes for those today. So marketing, you can have the greatest business on the planet. If nobody knows about it, you have no business. And some of the branding that they did, and some of the routes to market, whether it be Snapchat, whether it be TikTok or Instagram, it blows us away every single year, doesn't it?
Absolutely, and there was I won't name the project, but there was one project in particular that when we reviewed it, I'd actually seen it in an advertisement on one of the social media platforms, and was so impressed to see that's how far these projects have come. That something that I considered buying already. So it's just incredible to see that's how well these students are getting their businesses out there. So just a huge well done to everyone on that.
Well, Chris, a huge thank you to yourself and your fellow judges for all the hard work. And we're about to see the fruits of that labour as we announce some of our prizes today. So, Chris, thank you very much. But let's see the students themselves. Not at all, Chris. Thank you. Let's see the students themselves as we kick off the award ceremony. So let's kick off with the very first category, and it is the junior category. And we are going for the second place announcement in the junior category. And I have a drum roll ready to go. So the winner and second place, I should say, second place of in the junior category is Bluebell St. Gabriel School. And that is Dylan, Tara, Duran, Nathan, Patrick's and Daniel. So congratulations, you're picking up second place in the junior category, which brings us on then to the main award in junior category. First place is, and that goes to Resincraft, Castletroy College, and that is Grace Rushkipto, junior winner, and congratulations to Grace, and you're very welcome, and great to see your entry there. So what I'm going to do then is bring in a very, very special guest. This man is no stranger to the Student Enterprise Programme. He joined the programme, I won't say many years ago. I can see him smiling in the green room there now going, he said, don't give that away, no. But I have great pleasure to welcome in the National Ambassador for the Student Enterprise Programme, Sean Finn. Sean, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Noel. How are you?
Good to see you. I didn't give it away, but can you remember all those years ago when you entered the Student Enterprise Programme?
Yeah, for sure. Back in, I don't mind saying 2011, I think it was, no, 2011, 2012. And would you believe Gary Lowe, a lot of students would be working with him. He was involved with me at the time. So, yeah, in essence, we designed a hurley carrier bag that was used to carry hurleys on the sideline of all GA games. I suppose it used to keep hurley dry at the time. And during the program, we won the best stand. It was on over in the Woodlands Fitzgerald Hotel in Adair. We won the best stand on the local finals, but we didn't actually get placed. But I suppose as part of our stand and a reward we got was we got entered into the RT Juniors Dragons Den competition online, or on TV. So my sister and I pitched in front of the the Dragons Den at the time, which with the likes of Gavin Duffy, Peter Casey, and we were awarded a bursary for our business. So yeah, I've great memories of the program, and I've learned a huge amount from it. And do you know what? I still look fondly on the product, which is used in Croke Park on the biggest day of the year now, still by both Limerick GA and Dublin GA and Cork. So that's something to be proud of.
It very much is. Like, when you think about it, it was a product and a concept that came up with the student, and it's still being used today. And listen, Sean, we know your love of hurling. I mean, here you are, look, dressed in the gear, local enterprise, Student Enterprise Programme, and the hurl, and a couple of fans out through the little zero at the back. Now, the screen grab obviously it's its 20th year, and that's the zero for the 20th. But this is something that's really dear to your heart. The Student Enterprise Programme has a good track record with you, hasn't it?
Yeah, look, the idea, I suppose, it came from a passion of mine, which would be GA. And yeah, look, if you're passionate about an idea, passionate about your business, it makes it a lot easier to work with it. I suppose the way things have went, we worked on it for a number of years. We imported out to America, and I suppose once we left school, the attention that it required didn't get what it required. And unfortunately, it just kind of dwindled out. But I suppose I say, funnily, we're using it with Limerick GA at the moment, and you can see it on the sideline. And I say it to some of the players that it's actually my business idea that I made up, but they don't believe me. But
I can only imagine. Now, that journey, the skills that you had picked up along the way. You mentioned Juniors Dragons Den. Public speaking and standing up in front of a group and pitching your business, it's a very difficult skill to learn and to master. How did that go for you?
Yeah, it's a skill I'd love to be really good at, Noel, and I think it's a skill that you have to practice, but you also have to expose yourself to situations where you do actually have to practice it. Looking back on it, I can safely say it was probably one of the most, I suppose, nerve-wracking things I've ever done in my life. But something, again, that's difficult is always worth doing. But I learned a lot. Like I'm luckily enough, I suppose, in a position now where I do speak publicly, whether it be at different events. And the more I do it, the better I become at it. So, like, I was definitely no expert at it at the time, but the more I began to do it, the more I improved. But those skills are some skills that I use in business and everyday life as well. And these are the skills that the students pick up in the program that they will use in the future.
And a sportsman and an athlete, I mean, what you just mentioned there is so important. Our muscles, unless we use them every day, they lose their strength, they wither away. And entrepreneurship, it's a skill like anything else, and unless you do it and you practice it, you won't get any better at it. So some of those skills that you picked up, you're using them every day because you studied business, didn't you?
Yeah, I studied business in UL. Also studied business as part of my Leaving Cert and Junior Cert as well. But yeah, look, the students learn important skills such as planning, marketing. The interpersonal skills, I think, is a really interesting one and really important one. I suppose one of the amazing effects I found of this program is the confidence students get from firstly coming up with the idea, but also bringing it to a stage where it's actually being able to sell it. And sometimes that can be daunting. I remember when we first came up with the idea, we were like, this will never get to, I suppose, the GA and we'll never be able to sell it. But the more we began to put into it and the work we put into it, it actually got to a stage that, okay, we can actually make money out of this. And look, that's what the idea is there for. You're looking to get a reward and I suppose get a return for what the work you're putting in for it. But yeah, there's some great knock-on effects for as also the business ideas like marketing and interpersonal skills. But I suppose being able to work as a team as well is important.
Yeah, and that. As a star hurler with the Limerick side, how working for a team is really important, but also it's very useful in business, and you probably know that you're with PwC, isn't that right?
Correct. Yeah.
So there's a huge team of people there on the floor, all working towards various different goals. That was a skill that you would have explored during the Student Enterprise Programme, working as a team.
Yeah, I think it's a very important trait for students, again, to learn. I think you learn this skill. And a lot of the key ingredients for a successful sports team are definitely applicable to succeeding in business. Teamwork and leadership can help, I suppose, solve problems, remain competitive in an environment where there might be different competitors. And of course, where there's a common goal, a team can, I suppose, support each other for, I suppose, it's a support system for the individuals within the business or on a team. So I suppose, yeah, like again, we're learning these things, like I wasn't born a great leader. I wasn't born a great person to work in a team. So I learned this through obviously the Student Enterprise Program and obviously in sport as well has helped.
Yeah. And, one of my favorite questions to ask, and I think it's a lovely message, to yourself. I want you to imagine that you are one of the students watching today, your younger self back then. What advice would you give yourself?
Yeah, it's a great question. And I suppose there's always times when we'd love to go back and take the advice that we know now. But if I had anything to advise my younger self, it would be not to be afraid to stand out from the crowd with something that I'm passionate or confident about. I suppose the business, sometimes it can be difficult for students to kind of really back their idea in school where there's other students and that, where I'd love to go back to school and really back and support my business idea and not be afraid of standing out from the crowd with regard to something that you're passionate about. I'd love to be able to do that. And just to be confident in yourself and not to really care about what other people's opinions are of whether yourself or your idea. If you believe in it and you're passionate about it, go for it.
Yeah. And I think that's one of the big messages. It's just go for it, because we'll never know unless we try. I heard a great one. You love this. I was talking to someone during the day and during the week, I should say, and they were talking about your heartbeat. And they were going, you know, if you measure a heartbeat, it goes up and it goes down. You know, if it's flatlining, if it's a straight line from A to B, you know, you're not alive anymore. And life is like that. It has ups and it has downs. And we have peaks and we have troughs. And you've mentioned and addressed that your entry, while you would have loved it to exceed a little bit more, it didn't, but got onto Dragon's Den, got a bursary, and also it's still being used today with the Limerick hurling team, and they just don't believe anymore.
They don't believe me anymore, but maybe I can take it up now in the next couple of months, maybe, and take inspiration from some of the students that are on the student enterprise program this year, and begin selling it again.
Absolutely. Listen, there you go. Just go for it. And there's the advice to yourself, just to go and give it a run. Sean, thank you so much for joining us today. And I really appreciate it's a great story. And thank you for being the national ambassador as well, because a lot of the students can relate and say, he went in the same path that I'm about to go on, and this is something I could do. Sean, thank you so much indeed.
Thanks a million, Noel.
Not at all. So that's Sean Finn, and I'm going to go straight back into our presentations, because we have the intermediate category, and we have third place to announce in the intermediate category. So we'll go for our drum roll. Here we go. And the third place in the intermediate category goes to, it's Ice Cold Keyring from Kalash to Kieran and Croom, and that's Adriana, Igor, and Diana. So congratulations, Ice Cold Keyring. We'll go and announce our second place in the intermediate category, and that is, big drum roll, and that is Dripping in Cupcakes, representing Mungret College, Alice O'Dwyer and Katie Kyo. Congratulations, Alice. Congratulations, Katie. Second place in Dripping in Cupcakes. Great name. Fantastic, great name. So our winner in the intermediate category this year for 2022 is, and we actually have them. Here they are.
The future's so bright, we gotta wear shades.
The future's so bright, you absolutely have to wear shades. Congratulations to Melon O'More from Desmond College. That was Ava, Laura, and Kayla, who are the intermediate winners this year. So congratulations to yourself. Now, entrepreneurial journey. And you heard Sean mention his entrepreneurial journey. So we're going back to the junior category, and we're going to announce the winner of their entrepreneurial journey is, and it is Learning Online Company, Dan McCormick. Well done, Dan, representing Glenstall Abbey School, winner of the entrepreneurial journey in the junior category. We'll move on then to the intermediate category. So my entrepreneurial journey, intermediate category, winner is, and it is Eco Silage and Peter Purcell, representing Glenstall Abbey School. Congratulations, Peter, and Eco Silage. Now, creative business idea. They're coming thick and fast now, the prizes. So, creative business idea, and this was the video competition. So, as you mentioned earlier on, you can have an amazing business, but unless people know about it and you start to hear about it, you won't get a chance to sell your product, book your service. So, the winner, creative business idea, video competition is Exercise is the Key from Desmond College, Emma O'Shea. So congratulations, and very well done on that one. So let's move on to the Innovation Award. So the Innovation Award, we've seen so many examples of innovation this year, and it really needed to be recognized, because some of the ideas that are you guys are coming up with are just amazing. Now, we'd love to give this to everybody, but there was one or two that stood out, and the judges said that this one definitely deserved Innovation Award for the 2 years that we've just gone through. It was the COVID Keyring from St. Munchin's College, John McKeough, Josh Manley, James McNamara, and Ben Sheehan. So congratulations. It is something that really stood out, especially after the shackles of the pandemic, and one way of helping everyone out. We mentioned marketing. So the Best Marketing Award. Our drummer's getting tired now at this stage, but we'll give him a break in a second. So the Best Marketing Award goes to, it's Halo Safety, representing Colashta Mura and Askeaton, Melanie, Sky, and Holly. And I think We have them. Here they are. And we'll bounce them through if we can. Yeah, there's the tech. They're doing a Mexican wave. Congratulations. Well done. Well done to all the guys there representing Halo Safety in Colostamura in Askeaton. Melanie, Sky and Holly, the Best Marketing Award. So we're going to go on to the Best Product. And when we look at the entries this year, there was so many that stood out, but one in particular. And the winner of the Best Product is... It's Troublemakers. Jodie O'Neill representing Castletroy College. So congratulations to Jodie. There's Jodie there in the middle. And you can see Troublemakers, the lovely branding and the cover on it there as well. So well done. The Best Commercial Potential. And the winner. Best Commercial Potential goes to... It is Scholarship Link. Villiers School, Sive Bullock. And congratulations to you. Very, very well done. We'll move on to the next one, which is Best Video. And we've had lots to choose from because we saw so many examples on TikTok videos and Instagram videos advertising your wares and telling the story of your journey of the last 7 months since the program kicked off in September, and you came up with your ideas and started to then put them into practice. So the winner of Best Video is... And it goes to Bluebell from St. Gabriel's School. That's Dylan Tierney, Tara Fallon, Darren Malone, Nathan Mulcahy, Patrick Stunsberg, and Daniel Kuskov. And I think we have them. There's the guys. Yeah, congratulations. And very well done to you. That's the Bluebell team, St. Gabriel's School. Dylan, Tara, Darren, Nathan, Patrick's, and Daniel. Now, sales. When we think about it, a business is only viable when it starts to sell product or get your services booked. So the winner of the Best Sales Award is... It is Scrabble Frames from School na Tríd na Naofa. Emma Hickey, Jessica Stapleton and Neve Devan. So congratulations to Emma, Jessica and Neve, winners of the Best Sales Award. And this is a really special prize. This is the Teachers Award. So this is actually going to Tig Bennett, Kalashta Kieran Kroom. So congratulations, Tig. You are the winner of the Teachers Awards this year. Now, this, as I said, has been an amazing year. And Mary thanked a couple of people who was involved. And one person that was thanked is Gary Lowe. And Gary is going to join us. So Gary is the student coordinator from Whiz Training. And some of the entries that you saw there, Gary was sending me all the content all the way through. And Gary, every single year, we're blown away by the content. And this year, no different than the others.
No, absolutely, Noel. It's a fantastic year again this year. I want to congratulate all of the teams that have picked up awards already, and I know you have a few more to give out. The teams that have picked up first place will be going on to represent Limerick in the national finals. And we're very competitive down here, Noel, as you can imagine. Sean Finn is a perfect example of that. And Sean has been great. He's been not just an ambassador, but he's been going out, visiting the schools, giving them, moral support, practical advice, some extra PR as well. So I want to thank him for that. But yeah, look, another great year against a challenging backdrop, it must be said. It's been a roller coaster year again, with COVID lurking in the background, popping up and down. But we had 25 schools participating this year, Noel. That's the highest we've ever had. You mentioned earlier that this is the 20th year of the program. It's my 12th year being involved in it, and I have to say I enjoy every year. It's a great program to be involved in.
So you started when you were 8, Gary, obviously, yeah.
Yes, that's it. No, good stuff. Yes, they are aging me rapidly. We spent a little bit of time out with Evan Quaid. Mary mentioned him earlier as part of the alumni series. So the 20th year anniversary, they've picked a few good examples of the Student Enterprise Programme. It was great to see Evan. He's still only in 5th year. He won this competition here in Limerick as a first year, and his business has grown and grown, and it's a great testament. But I saw Jodie O'Neill picking up an award earlier there as well, and Jodie is now a transition year student, but she had participated and picked up awards in first year and as an intermediate as well. And she's a great example of what we're trying to achieve here, getting more and more schools involved, not just in the senior competition, but also in the junior and intermediate categories, because they learn so much even at that stage that they bring that knowledge forward then into the seniors.
Yeah, and you know, the real proof of the pudding is over the last 2 years, as difficult as it was, this is the largest entry for Limerick City and County, and which meant the competition was vibrant and difficult to win. Yeah, all those winners.
Yeah, it is very competitive, and it's getting more and more challenging to come up with ideas that are really going to stand out. Now, you know, innovation, you touched on it there, Noel, is an important award to win, and we are always trying to kind of push the students to stretch themselves to come up with new ideas, but it isn't always achievable. It's difficult to do that. If we could all do it at the drop of a hat, sure, we'd all be running our own businesses, but an economy doesn't run like that. But yeah, you know, it's whether you've come up with something that is truly outstanding or whether you've come up with an idea that already exists out there, but a little different twist on it, you're still going to learn all of the stages right through from idea generation to making those sales, you know, the product development, the branding, the advertising, online sales. You mentioned their activity on social media. These are all valuable life skills that are going to benefit them in the future, whether they're running their own business or whether they're employed by somebody else. And that's the great thing about this program. It's practical learning by doing.
Yeah, and I'm going to bring Mary back in if I can, because this really ties in with the local enterprise office. Mary, amazing winners this morning, but as Gary said, those skills are vital. The local enterprise office are running courses for some of those skills, social media, marketing, sales, all the time. These are skills that the program is fostering.
Absolutely. And I mean, that's why, you know, the program is so valuable, because it's at a very early stage, it's planting that entrepreneurial seed in the minds of young students to help them then for later on to develop those skills and indeed to you know, commence their businesses. I mean, if you look at the sort of programs you've mentioned it there, Noel and Gary, also, if you look at the types of programs that we have on offer, we have like a 6-week start your own business course. You know, when you look at what the students are doing on the Student Enterprise Programme at the moment, they're actually putting into practice what adults are currently learning in terms of how to actually start a business. And so from that point of view, it's invaluable to them. Also in terms of, you know, the marketing of their business, we offer courses in that as well. And again, the students who are currently participating in the Student Enterprise Programme have a head start in relation to all of that, because they're doing it in reality. They're doing it, you know, from a practical point of view, and it's superb. So, you know, I would encourage anybody who has any sort of an idea or any a passion for a particular area, that they do pursue it, and pursue it through the Student Enterprise Programme initially, and then of course come along to the to the local enterprise office afterwards to help us to help you. So, you know, our motto is, you know, making it happen, and that's what we want to do with the students.
Yeah, and I think Sean Finn had mentioned earlier on that that's one of the biggest lessons, is just do it. So hashtag make it happen. Just give it a go and give it a try. So I'm going to keep Gary and yourself, Mary, with us, because we're at the business end. We're into the senior categories. So let's all together, we will announce the senior category winners together. Our little drummer is back. He's had his little bit of a rest, but here he comes. So in third place in the senior category is Be Friendly, Art School Murrah, Aisling Coffey, Emma O'Dwyer from Art School Murrah. So congratulations, Aisling. Congratulations, Emma. Very well done. A really tough category this year is the senior category, because we had so many really good, vibrant entries. Our second place in the senior category goes to It's Favri Lash Serum from Lauren Hill Kalashta. That's Elena, Giselle, and Rachel. So congratulations. And one of the comments here, in any other year, this could easily have been won, but the competition was fierce. And who was just pipped to win the senior category winner and first place, and to represent Limerick City and County in the national final in May, no pressure, is, and it goes to Smart Aren't You, Niamh O'Mahony from Desmond College. You saw her earlier on. I think she was jumping, and there she goes again. She's going to jump. Yeah, well done, Niamh. So we hope you'll be jumping onto the stage in May. That's Niamh O'Mahony, Smart Aren't You, representing Desmond College. And we wish you the very, very best in the national finals in May. And I'm going to bring back in Chris Kelly, because that is the actual sum of the work that's there. Chris, welcome back. That was a tough job for you guys this year, I think.
Oh, absolutely. I think the standard this year was incredible, and it's just so great to see everyone doing so well. And we really wish all the finalists the best. But I think, echoing as what was said earlier on, if there's ever anything we can do, we have a very constrained set of criteria with the judging, and that doesn't necessarily mean that just because you didn't win today, your business won't be a huge success going forward as well. So if we can ever help any business, whether a winner or not, it doesn't matter. You know where we all are, so don't be shy to reach out to Gary if you need any help with anything.
Yeah, and it's huge. And I think Mayor Daniel Butter is still there, and Sean Finn is still there. So we'll bring everybody back to say hi. So that's great. Mayor, welcome back, and Sean is there, and Mayor Daniel, this is a bumper year for Limerick. Your words there earlier on have certainly shone through. We have great hopes for May.
Yeah, look, it's incredibly exciting to see the quality. I think the judges had a very, very difficult job in trying to pick a winner out of there, because some of the ideas really are really mind-blowing. And it just shows you just what an exciting future we have ahead of us here in Limerick in terms of our economy and kind of future business. And backing young people, I think it's so important, because for you as young people, you have a more creative mind. You're seeing things differently. You're seeing opportunities arise in a very fast-growing world, moving world. So I'm really excited, and I'm very confident, just as I'm confident in Sean coming back with the All-Ireland as well for us to get it. So Sean, no pressure. I'm hoping you're going to see that bag again and the sidelines and the All-Ireland final as you pick up the Lee McCarthy.
I hope so too, Daniel.
You've said it yourself, Sean. You've just got to do it now.
Yeah, I just got to make it happen. Yeah, but look, it's been a real, really exciting to see all the ideas, and I've luckily met a couple of those students that were successful today over the last couple of months, and it's fantastic to see them rewarded today. But as we say again, just because you didn't pick up a reward today doesn't mean that you can't be successful in the future. So I'd encourage all students to continue working with your idea if they're confident that you can get rewarded from it. And just get a reward for what you put in over the last couple of months.
And John, to segue with the hurling analogy, you have the team and you have the people, but you have the coaches and the managers and support. So I think we want to give a very quick shout out to all the teachers again and say thank you. It has been a bumper year for Limerick City and County. As Gary said, 25 schools and colleges entered this year. So thank you to one and all. So we'll throw the fireworks up, I think, and then I'm going to go back to you, Gary, just for the final word. But the very best of luck to all our winners. And thank you, Mayor Daniel Butler. Thank you, Chris Kelly and Trackworks. And Sean, thank you for joining us today. And Mary, to everyone in the local enterprise office, thank you for supporting the Student Enterprise Programme in Limerick City and County this year. It's been a bumper year, so thank you very much indeed. So let's throw up the bit of fireworks before we close. So Gary, Greg gave me the fireworks to set off there at the end. So absolutely. The final words to you. I mean, to sum up everything we've seen this morning and the message going forward for not just the winners, but for the people who might be a little bit disappointed and didn't win today.
Yeah, just take on board everything that you've learned over the last 6 months. Congratulations, obviously, to the winners, but everybody that has participated in the program has benefited from this. They're all winners. I know it sounds cliched, but these are real world skills, and you may not be finished. The student enterprise program may be finished here in Limerick, but your transition year program is not, and there's more time to run with this, and beyond the transition year, we see these projects being maintained, and it's like a snowball effect. The gains at the beginning can be quite small, but over time that can accumulate. I also do want to pick up on the thank you to the teachers, Noel. They really are the lifeblood of this program. I know that I visited in the schools, and Sean was great support there as well. And I want to recognise my colleague Owen McCaffrey, who's been visiting the schools too, and particularly working on the branding area. But on a weekly basis, it's the teachers really that bring the students through. They guide and they advise, and they often are kind of doing research to try and help them in areas that are unfamiliar to them, because that's the nature of the program. So I want to recognise Ty Bennett, who's been involved in the program for a number of years out there in Croom. But that's an indicative award of all the teachers that have put so much time into supporting their students, and I want to thank them for them, and I hope to see them all safe and well again in September. We'd love to have them back involved, all 25 schools. It'd be great to have you back involved again next year, guys.
No, absolutely, Gary. And as you said, maybe face to face. I know we are online here at the moment and we're making it as interactive as we possibly can, but it'll be great to see us back in a live environment in a live room again. So here's to 2023, but here's the live final. First of all, I'm wishing the year away. So the live final in May, and we wish everyone the very best of luck. Gary, thank you to you for all the team at Whiz Kids for all the effort and attention to detail to make the Student Enterprise Programme this year as successful as it is. Thank you, Gary.
And well done to you, Noel. Great show, and look forward to working with you again over the coming years.
Yeah, absolutely. And looking forward to it, Gary. We'll see you soon. So we said it was about the students. So let's have one quick look back at the students and a little bit of a wave from everybody. So thank you. So the very best of luck to you all. Thank you very much for tuning in live on YouTube and on Facebook this morning. We wish you the very best. Stay safe, stay positive, and keep innovating. Salam.